The structure of the secular hierarchy underwent significant change depending on the time period. However, the ecclesiastical, also known as religious hierarchy, mostly stayed the same throughout. This consisted of the Pope, followed by cardinals, archbishops, bishops, and finally parish priests at
Starting with the Pope, who is of the highest rank, he is the head and power control of the hierarchy who leads society.
The cardinals are placed the highest rank after the Pope, who have a significant role in controlling the lower ranks and being the right hand to the Pope.
The archbishops were highly ranked due to them being religious men who were devoted to their beliefs in a higher power.
The bishops were similar to that of the archbishops and therefore had main control over the hierarchy with a main role in the court.
And finally, the parish priests were also church members, and although they weren't as rich as the other religious men, they had a role to help others by leading them towards God.
There is a contrast between a regular religious hierarchy and a secular hierarchy, which literally means non-religious. The religious hierarchy had major orders consisting of bishops, priests, and deacons, and then the minor orders being acolytes, lectors, doorkeepers, and finally men studying in churches.
During the medieval period, the secular hierarchy consisted of many roles within society, which heavily contrasts the amount of roles within the ecclesiastical government, as it only consisted of 6 roles. There was 4 ranks in the medieval secular hierarchy, ranging from the squire and knight to the ploughman. However, the religious hierarchy had only 3 ranks, with the parson and summoner at the lowest.
This medieval hierarchy is used in Chaucer's book, The Merchant's Tale, which begins with the host of a pub who is from a lower class entertaining the guests of the middle-class pilgrims, in which specifically the narrator and the merchant both tell their tales.
However, the position of both the prioress and the wife of Bath can be questioned, as they both were women living in a patriarchal society. Therefore, no matter how high they ranked, they still ranked lower than men.
The secular hierarchy is also apparent in the book of the Duchess of Malfi, set in Renaissance Italy, 1504. This hierarchy contrasted the medieval one slightly, as kings ranked highest. They were considered the highest because they owned all of the land and therefore decided what would happen in their kingdom and to the people residing in it.
The next ranked hierarchy was the nobles, who owned land as well as the king, yet still wasn't enough to overpower him. Characters in this rank included the Duchess herself and her brother Ferdinand, who was the Duke of Calabria and brother to the cardinal.
This was then followed by knights and merchants who placed lower in the hierarchy than in the medieval times. The lowest status was then peasants and workers.
The secular hierarchy formed the idea of the malcontent. This was a character type that is often portrayed in early modern dramas and usually depicted in a character that is contented with the social structures and other characters in the play and is therefore an outsider. These characters display a number of meta-theatre techniques as they directly address the audience at times.
The character of Bossola in The Duchess of Malfi is a perfect depiction of the malcontent. He is a low-born character who is highly dependent for material success on the patronage of his social betters. Therefore, his role contributes to an important aspect of the play, being its examination of class relations in a highly stratified society and secular hierarchy. This therefore contributes not only to the idea of a secular hierarchy during the Renaissance time being perceived as significant in times of your lifestyle and life choices, but also how John Webster portrays a clear genre and theme of a revenge tragedy throughout, as all characters, no matter the status or rank in the hierarchy, seem to have misfortunes bestowed upon them.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.